I want to say thank you to so many who have reached out to me over the last day with touching messages from New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs. Many of them Muslim, many of them sharing that this was the first time that they could start to see themselves in our politics. And what our politics must become, if they are to endure, is a politics where every New Yorker can not only see themselves, but also their struggles. It is why my focus is on delivering for this entire city, on making the most expensive city in America one that's affordable, and also making it one that never spends its time debating who gets to belong here, but instead spends its time delivering on all those who already do. I'm sharing this with you with 10 days until the general election. 10 days for us to show that our time has come, and 10 days for us to show our understanding that it will only do so if we allow it and if we meet this moment. And so I ask those who are watching this to come out and vote over the course of early voting on election day itself, to ensure that they are registered as the deadline is this evening, and to reach out to every friend and family. Yesterday, an uncle that I had met at a masjid in southern Brooklyn sent me a forward on WhatsApp. It said, voting checklist for Mamdani. He wrote out 55 different kinds of people in his life that he was going to reach out to. It's his family, it's his friends, it's his co-workers, those he knew from the masjid. And finally, it was those that had told him, make sure to remind me when election day is. And this just shows that this election is in our hands. But it is up to us whether or not we want to grasp this opportunity.
তো নির্বাচনটা 10 দিন পরে হবে, আর এইটা হচ্ছে আমাদের একটা সুযোগ আছে এই নির্বাচন জেতার জন্য। কিন্তু এইটা আমরা যদি চাই যে আমাদের এই নির্যাতনটা জিতবো, তাহলে আমাদের সবার কাজ করতে হবে। সবাইকে অনুরোধ করছি যে আর্লি ভোটিং শুরু হয়েছে, আপনারা আর্লি ভোট করবেন। আপনারা নিশ্চয়তা হবেন যে আপনারা রেজিস্টার্ড ভোটিং এর জন্য আজকে সন্ধ্যার মধ্যে আপনারা রেজিস্টার যদি না হন রেজিস্টার করতে পারেন ভোটের জন্য। আর আমার একজন আঙ্কেল আমাকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে একটা মেসেজ পাঠিয়েছেন, আর উনি আমাকে ওইটা মেসেজের মধ্যে লেখা ছিল একটা চেকলিস্ট, যে উনি ৫৫ মানুষের সাথে যোগাযোগ করবেন নির্বাচনের ব্যাপারে, উনার বন্ধু, সহকর্মী, যারা মসজিদের সাথে যান। আর কিছু মানুষকে উনি মনে করাই দিবেন নির্বাচনের দিন কবে আর কোন দিন গিয়ে ভোট করবেন। তো আমার অনুরোধ হচ্ছে যে আপনারা সবাই আপনাদের পরিচিত সবার সাথে যোগাযোগ রাখবেন আর কথা বলবেন।
Early voting starts today, continues until next Sunday. Election day is on November 4th. You can find your polling location at zahranfornyc.com/vote. Thank you very much.
আর্লি ভোটিং শুরু হয়েছে, সামনে রবিবার পর্যন্ত। নির্বাচনের তারিখ হচ্ছে 4 তারিখ। আর আপনি যদি জানেন না কোথায় গিয়ে ভোট করবেন, আপনি জাহরান ফর NYC তে যেতে পারেন।
This remark happened right after this. The Democratic leader Hakim Jeffrey endorsed you, and other leaders I don't know, but he's one of the most powerful leader in Democratic Party, and he endorsed you right after this incident happened. What do you think? What the message he gave to the Democratic Party?
I appreciate Leader Jeffries' endorsement and his support for our campaign to make the most expensive city in America one that's affordable. And it's that affordability that's been at the heart of many conversations that Leader Jeffries and I have had, and the necessity for us to deliver. And I look forward to doing so as we focus not just on the next 10 days, but also on what comes after, on the work that we will have to do to ensure that New Yorkers for whom this is their first time putting their faith into politics those are ones that will return, but only if we actually deliver.
Last question from Urdu News.
Who's not here? Dunya.
Urdu News or not?
He's not here.
No,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll go.
Thank you very much. My name is Manzoor and I work for Pakistani TV and
Salam ji, kaise ho?
Assalam.
हाँ.
My question is that after 9/11, you said, see, everybody witnessed that, especially the American government and the Europeans, they use this tool, lethal tool of terrorism against Muslims to demonize them, to show them to the world that they are not good people. The same tool, lethal weapon is being used by these two candidates against Muslim incoming mayor. So, what is your strategy and how you are going to counter this lethal weapon?
The first is to name that which we have been seeing. Now, I had thought that if I was disciplined enough, if I was focused enough, if I redirected enough questions back to my central message of affordability, that I would be able to be understood as a candidate for all New Yorkers, not simply a Muslim candidate for mayor. And what I have seen in the remarks of Andrew Cuomo, of Eric Adams, of Curtis Sliwa, of Republican congresspeople across this country is the fact that there is no amount of redirection that will ever be enough. And I have taken the time yesterday and today to share with New Yorkers my recognition of not only the fact that this is Islamophobia, this is bigotry, this is racism, this is disgusting, and also that for all of the solidarity I have received, for which I am very grateful, I know that I have the unique identity as a Muslim in this city of being the Democratic nominee for mayor. And there are so many Muslims across the 5 boroughs who do not have that title. And they suffer through these indignities oftentimes without any acknowledgement. And these are the kinds of indignities that are meant to teach you that you do not belong in this city. And what I am going to show Andrew Cuomo, Eric Adams, Curtis Sliwa, whichever Republican congressman across this country, is that I will not be intimidated. I will not be ashamed of who I am, of my faith, of the fact that I know myself to be both Muslim and a New Yorker, that these are the identities that many hold in this city, and that I will look for the fullness of myself, not in the shadows where we have often been told that we can find safety, but rather in the light of this city, together with every other person.